All right, so the Lenovo Go came out about a week ago, or so my unit came in about a week ago, and I wanted to give you 10 things you need to know before you run out and get yourself one. But what are those things? Let's talk about it. What is up, guys? My name is Tyler, and today we're talking about the Lenovo Go, a portable gaming PC much like the ROG Ally or the Steam Deck. But you probably already knew that, so I guess that won't count against our 10 things. But before we get started, if you're new here, we focus a lot on the user experience of the products we test. While benchmarks and performance numbers are important, you'll find that I put a lot more emphasis on how effective those things are in the overall user experience. Okay, with that out of the way, the first thing on the list is the Lenovo Go has special controllers called True Strike controllers, and well, they detach, much like the Nintendo Switch. It's pretty dope. What's even more impressive is that when you disconnect them, they manage to stay connected to the main system with almost no hiccups. Something I didn't notice at first because, to be honest, it's that seamless. And trust me, nothing would be more frustrating than taking the controllers off and having to try and reconnect them all the time. I'm not sure how they did it, but it works great. And it opens up a wide variety of ways to use the Lenovo Go, making it one of the most unique handhelds I've ever used. The next thing you didn't know is that the right controller specifically has an optical sensor on the bottom and a switch for what Lenovo calls FPS mode. This allows you to turn the right controller into a vertical mouse for FPS titles while the left controller is used for your WASD keys. A very unique method to please both controller and mouse and keyboard fans. Personally, I find the grip to be a bit uncomfortable, but it does work, and after using it for a bit, I can see the appeal. However, a good old mouse and keyboard will likely always be better. Regardless, I have to give Lenovo credit for trying something different. Just don't forget to remove the thumbstick cap before you play. Oh, and you have to carry this plastic holder with you when you want to use it, so don't lose it. Moving on, I bet you didn't know the Lenovo Go has probably the best display in a handheld I've seen to date. It's 8.8 inches and boasts a 2560 by 1600 resolution at 144 Hz, which, let me tell you, is absolutely fantastic, especially compared to any other handheld. Sure, it's ginormous, but if you're planning on removing the controllers and sitting a bit further away, you'll be happy for the extra screen space. And, well, I guess that kind of spoils the next thing, huh? That's right, the Lenovo Go has a built-in kickstand, starting to look more like a Nintendo Switch, isn't it? Well, Lenovo definitely didn't skimp out here. The kickstand, like most of the body, is made from aluminum. Not only that, but it's quite sturdy and reminds me a lot of the kickstands you'd find in the Microsoft Surface products if you've ever seen or used one of those. It's leagues better than the one in the original Switch and allows the Go to stand up at a wide variety of angles, so you'll never have trouble seeing that gorgeous display. Probably one of my favorite features on the Go, to be honest. The main unit as a whole just feels super premium. Just want to throw that out there. Okay, but what else? Did you know the Go has two USB-C ports? Both support USB 4 and DisplayPort 1.4, as well as power delivery, meaning you can easily dock your Go and use it almost like a small desktop PC or plug it into your TV and use it like a game console. And since the controller is detached, you don't even need an additional controller or mouse and keyboard to use it on the couch. A pretty sweet package if you ask me, which leads me to my next thing. The Go also has a small trackpad built into the right controller. Boy, this right controller has a lot going on, doesn't it? But yeah, it also has a trackpad, which makes navigating Windows on a handheld just a little more tolerable, and believe me, it can come in handy. Speaking of the Legion Space app, I'm sure some of you didn't know that yes, the Lenovo Go, much like any other handheld, does have its own little app/launcher that serves as a way to consolidate all your games from all your launchers in one place. Legion Space comes pre-installed on your Go and will launch almost immediately after booting into Windows, and while I'm not a huge fan of it, it does provide you a nice little quick access menu where you can change some quick settings like resolution, refresh rate, and most importantly, your power modes. You know what else I bet you didn't know about the Lenovo Go? The power LED on the top changes color depending on which performance mode you're in. Blue for quiet, white for balance, purple for custom, and of course, red for high performance. And speaking of high performance, I'll do a little combo deal here for you. The Lenovo Go uses the same AMD Z1 Extreme chip as the Ally, which means its performance mode tops out at 30 watts, meaning you can play games like Cyberpunk without any issue. I guess you can say the Z1 Extreme puts the Go in let's f***ing go! Because I've said it once, and I'll say it again. The Z1 Extreme chip has absolutely no business being this good performing. And while we're at it, I guess it's important to mention that you didn't know that the Lenovo Go does have a micro SD card slot. One that actually works. might I add. And, well, you'll need it because the base model Go, which is what I have here, comes with 512 gigabytes of storage, which I will add is on a PCI Gen 4 SSD. Of course, you can upgrade that should you want to. Now, while my SD slot is working mostly, I will mention that sometimes my SD card just simply doesn't get picked up in the OS. Not entirely sure if this is an issue with the Go itself or an issue with my SD card, but something I figured was worth mentioning. All right, so we're at our final thing. And I guess this one is a bit of a cop-out. But I do think it's extremely important to mention that the Lenovo Go is not a console. I said this in my ROG Ally 10 Things video, and I'm saying it again. This is a full-blown Windows PC. This means you will need to update it properly before you really get to enjoy what it has to offer. Windows on a handheld, in my opinion, is a mixed bag. It works, mostly, but my biggest gripe with these handhelds is that they're marketed almost like consoles. The thing is, a console is a turnkey gaming machine. It pretty much does one thing and one thing only. This means consoles like Xbox and PlayStation have a very streamlined experience. You buy it, unbox it, plug it in, turn it on, update it once, and boom, play games. Period. The story isn't quite the same with Windows handhelds, and well, that's because it's the same experience as a normal PC, except with handhelds, you usually get some sort of software overlay that tries to make the experience more console-like, but generally, in my opinion, confuses people more often than it makes it better. But we'll touch on that more in the full review, so for now, if you decide to pick up any Windows handheld, please make sure you update it. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, and as always, make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. I post here on YouTube at least once a week, but you can also catch me over on X, Instagram, and TikTok at xxiv_concept. That's 24 concept. Learn your Roman numerals. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.